What do you get when you mix the theatrics of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, the quirky yet slightly disturbing style of the Addams Family, the funk and groove of Michael Jackson's Thriller, and the enchantingly spooky wonderland of Tim Burton? You brew up SHINee's horror comeback, Married to the Music of course. In a mesmerizing fusion of musical horror, SHINee give their overzealous fans a hard look in the mirror with this campy fever dream of a comeback. With the Rocky Horror Picture Show inspired cosplay, they unearth the dark perils of parasocial relationship, revealing the eerie allure that lurks behind the idol fan dynamic. After all, what could be more horrifying to an idol than taking a peek into the fantasies of overly obsessed fans? Hi everyone, and welcome back to Midnight Theories, and if you're new here, welcome to Midnight Theories. One thing I don't talk about often on this channel is my love for musicals, and more specifically, my favorite genre of musicals, horror or dark fantasy. When I first watched SHINee's Married to the Music, it instantly reminded me of one of my favorite movies, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I couldn't help but notice the uncanny parallels between the two, and I was left astounded by the unexpected crossover of the Rocky Horror Picture Show and K-pop, all masterminded by SHINee. If you asked me, I would have bet my last dollar on a group like VIX to tackle this sort of concept. Despite SHINee debuting 15 years ago, they still seem so fresh and relevant with each new release, and know how to keep things quirky and unpredictable at times. And for this comeback, SHINee released one of the most enjoyable horror MVs to come out of K-pop. While the Dark Lords of VIX were off playing cyborgs and doing promotional work overseas, the Princes of K-pop, SHINee, seized the golden opportunity to embrace the horror genre, but naturally with their own unique twist of course. While many in the Western world embrace the spooky delights of Halloween and all things spooky in October, South Korea has a unique tradition of diving into horror films during the scorching summer months. Because, well, there's nothing quite like a bone-chilling, hair-raising movie to give you the chills and help you beat the summer heat. After setting the music scene ablaze with the refreshing house jam View from their Odd album, SHINee brought Halloween a few months early. Their fourth repackaged album, titled Married to the Music, hit the scene on a sizzling August 3rd, 2015, complete with the single under the same name. I'm married to the music. If there's one genre SHINee can do effortlessly, it's retro. The title track is a funky disco song, sprinkled with bouncy electronic rhythms, a flashy guitar, a delightful mix of cowbells, thundering synths, and triumphant horns, all without being suffocatingly busy. The song is almost reminiscent of Michael Jackson's classic Halloween hit, Thriller, but I've seen other people say it sounds similar to Baby Be Mine. When it comes to their vocals, their voices fit the style like a glove. SHINee boasts vocalists who can unleash notes and resonate as powerfully as bellowing horns, leaving you spellbound by the sheer lung power on display. Not to mention, their killer falsetto and those classic boy band harmonies inject a dose of electrifying charm into the song, adding that extra pinch of pizzazz. This eerie delightful of a track is SHINee's way of tipping their hats to their devoted fans, to those wonderful shouls who showered them with love and support during their previous album. And what a better way to express this gratitude than to hold up a mirror to those passionate fans and peer into the enigmatic depths of their imaginations, exploring the shadows of their minds. For this comeback, SHINee underwent a complete transformation with a horror concept, complete with wacky storylines, campy fashion, and spellbinding performance. Married to the Music draws striking parallels with the 1975 cult classic, the rock glam musical known as the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And if you haven't yet had the pleasure of experiencing this cinematic gem, allow me to offer you a quick glimpse into this captivating plot. The tale begins in a seemingly idyllic suburban paradise, where life is predictably dull and traditional. The two central characters, Brad and Janet, attend a friend's wedding, and in a twist of fate, find themselves engaged following the ceremony. However, beneath the facade of these conventional institutions lurks something dark and sinister. Seeking to commemorate their engagement, the couple sets out to visit their former professor. But fate takes a dramatic turn when, on a stormy night, their car breaks down, leaving them with no choice but to seek refuge in a nearby foreboding castle. As they step into the eerie castle, they're transported into an extraordinary world they never knew existed, grappling with desires they never had the courage to acknowledge. The castle's eccentric inhabitants welcome them with open arms and carry on with their curious festivities. That is, until their gathering is rudely interrupted by the strange Dr. Frankenfurter, a mad scientist and the master of this peculiar castle. Dr. Frankenfurter extends an invitation for the couple to stay the night and witness the unveiling of his latest creation, a bold experiment that follows in the footsteps of Dr. Frankenstein, resulting in the birth of an artificially created being, a bronzy muscular masterpiece named Rocky. In the opening of Married to the music video takes on a visual guise of a classic black and white film. As the group cruises along in the car, they chance upon a striking red neon sign proclaiming "Marriage is a slow death," sprawled boldly across the roadblock. In a daring move, the group barrels through this barrier, and suddenly, the video undergoes a vivid transformation into color, much like the colorful tints trailing behind their car. This scene is more than just a change of scenery. It's a powerful symbolic crossing. It makes their journey from the mundane world to a fantastical realm, akin to the one depicted in the iconic movie. Just as the newly engaged couple Brad and Janet embarked on their mysterious honeymoon adventure, Shiny seems like a couple of fresh-faced newlyweds embarking on an equally mysterious journey. The tin cans tethered to the bumper and their tropical attire are subtle nods to the wedding traditions and the honeymoon voyage. As the boys find themselves in a peculiar, desolate house, our attention turns to the faceless bride, who cordially serves them an eerie radioactive-looking cocktail, setting the stage for her ghoulish soiree. The bride represents Dr. Frankenfurter, the manipulative, murderous, and narcissistic mad scientist. Despite the sense of danger, Shiny can't help but be drawn into this treacherous trap, much like Brad and Janet, who ventured into the mansion in the Rocky Horror Picture Show and chose to stay despite the looming danger. And honestly, I would do the same if I got the chance to experience the time warp in person. After consuming the shallow fluorescent Kool-Aid, Taemin starts to glow like a human shiny light stick, casting an enchanting glow upon the members who are now firmly within her spell. With her sinister game about to commence, the stage is set for a thrilling spectacle. Throughout the music video, Shiny embark on a mesmerizing transformation, falling under the bewitching influence of the bride's power. Their expressions, a mix of confusion and curiosity. As the room swiftly fills with a crew of partygoers, the members appear initially taken aback, but soon succumb to the rhythmic magic in the air, allowing themselves to revel in the festivities. It's a parallel to the engaged couple in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, who gradually lower their guard and surrender to the wild revelry unfolding around them. The scene then transitions to a game of spin the bottle, but there's a gruesome twist that leaves Key spinning on a wheel and securing a prize that's far from ordinary. Listen, decapitation within the first minute was not on my bingo card, but it happened. Also, to those with squeamish tummies, fear not. The music video isn't quite the gory mess as it seems. There's no blood in sight. Well, except for Key's eye-catching makeup. But come on, that gets a pass, right? Instead, the music video is drenched in quirky, over-the-top CGI that creates a whimsical and exaggerated atmosphere, adding to its charming wackiness. As the bottle lands on Onu, the scene takes a peculiar turn as he embarks on a treacherous game of the piñata. Taemin becomes the unfortunate target, and his eyes comically pop out and fly across the room. Taemin desperately searches for them across the floor, reminding me of Velma searching for her glasses. Now completely intoxicated, Onyu stumbles through the house and unwittingly finds himself in a literal game of I Got Your Nose. The next scene introduces Jonghyun munching on some rather bizarre-looking neon midnight snacks that curiously resemble the bottom of Key's detached head. This seemingly leads to the confetti barf, and lots of it. In the Rocky Horror Picture Show, there's a memorable dinner scene where Dr. Frankenfurter unveils his rather unusual main course, none other than Eddie, the delivery boy and Frank's former lover and follower, whom he sort of axed off earlier in the movie. And if that wasn't enough for our faceless bride, she boldly approaches Jonghyun and steals a kiss and then some. Jonghyun's lips continue to sing even after they've been taken, perhaps echoing the iconic lips that open the movie and is plastered in the middle of the movie poster. This leaves Minho as the last member standing, well, until it's cake time. After all, what kind of party would it be without cake? All the members and the bride gather around the cake, blowing out the candles only for it to dramatically burst in flames and consume Minho's face. In the film, The grand celebration centers around Rocky's birthday party, as it marks the day the doctor breathes life into him. The party portrayed in the music video could very well be a secret birthday bash orchestrated by the strange faceless bride for her own mysterious and malevolent purposes. Amidst all the frenzied body snatching, we're treated to a glimpse of the guy's impeccably slick choreography, which I'll dive into further shortly. The scene then shifts to the bride alone in her room, meticulously cutting out pictures of the boys and piecing together these fragments to create her ideal man, mirroring the way the mad scientist, Dr. Frankenfurter, molded Rocky to fulfill his own dark desires. By the end of the night, the members of SHINee are stripped from almost everything they arrived with, echoing the experience of the engaged couple in the movie. However, unlike Brad and Janet, they don't find a means of escape as the night unfolds. All the members are laid out around her room, unconscious and missing pieces, much like the cutout pictures. In the end, we catch a small glimpse of the SHINee Frankenstein creation, her very own Rocky. The Rocky Horror Picture Show is a celebration of freedom in various forms, particularly sexual liberation, nonconformity, and the rejection of societal norms. It encourages viewers to embrace the individuality and challenge conventional expectations, celebrating the idea that freedom comes from being true to oneself and rejecting the constraints imposed by society. It has had a significant impact on the LGBTQ+ culture and has served as a symbol of self-acceptance and sexual freedom for many people. However, unlike the overall positive message of the movie, Married to the Music takes a different thematic path, focusing on the complex dynamics of the idol-fan parasocial relationship, yet it does so in a playful Rocky Horror Picture Show cosplay. The lyrics of the song beautifully convey the myriad of emotions that accompany falling in love, drawing parallels between these feelings and the connections formed through the shared rhythm and magnetic attraction. While the song cleverly uses the metaphor of intense, passionate attraction to someone through music, it also serves as a metaphor for the group's unwavering commitment and almost binding force they share with their fans, much like a marriage. At times, it seems as if the group is, in a way, wedded to their careers. In the demanding K-pop industry, many idols face restrictions on pursuing romantic relationships. Beyond their music, companies have marketed these idols as objects of desire, most times stripping away their humanity in the process. An illusion is created that these idols are available, yet nearly unobtainable, and any revelation of a romantic relationship risks shattering that facade. Consequently, idols often feel compelled to maintain a deep connection to their fans, fearing backlash if they're caught in a romantic entanglement. The main reason why the bride remains faceless is because she represents every Delulu fan who has ever idolized a celebrity to the point of dark obsession. She represents every fan who goes to bed dreaming about her bias. She represents every fan who invests late nights in crafting fanfiction or creating edits. She represents every fan who has ever passionately yelled out or carried a sign spelling out "Marry me Yoongi." She represents the blurred boundaries that some fans may encounter when the line between admiration and obsession becomes too thin. Her shirt may read freedom, but her actions speak a different language entirely. When we cut to the bride alone in her dimly lit room, meticulously crafting her Frankenstein-esque creation from images of SHINee members, it prompts the idea that this extravagant party might exist only in her imagination. Her mind is entirely consumed by these perilous delusional daydreams, much like the obsession and borderline sussing fans who may lose themselves in such fantasies. The video serves as a cautionary tale, sounding an alarm about the unhealthy consequences of excessively idolizing celebrities and crossing those boundaries. She has surrendered herself entirely to fulfill her darkest desires. I think she might have took Frankenfurter's lyrics, "Don't dream it, be it," a little too seriously. Both the film and the music video express pure indulgence and campy glamour. They employ a myriad of fantasy elements to infuse their horror concept with a unique twist. From the mesmerizing set designs to the quirky styling, everything exudes the enchanting essence of any Tim Burton movie. It's a splendid blend of fun, whimsy, and just a dash of nightmarish imagery, all draped in a beautiful color palette. The use of unconventional props and stage costumes make the video all the more campy and Rocky Horror-esque. From the tropical attire in the opening, invoking images of a classic island honeymoon getaway, to the eccentric suits adorned with eyeballs, skeleton hands, bat bow ties, playing cards, and even a miniature Edgar Allan Poe action figure tucked snugly into Key's pocket. During the dance sequence, they switch to a more traditional-looking groom suits, creating a compelling contrast with their casual party outfits. And of course, who could forget Junghyun's adorable apple hair and bold, thick-frame glasses? Not to mention the creative makeup looks that truly define the Sarah. It's a visual feast that marries quirkiness and glamour in a style uniquely its own. SHINee turns the spotlight even brighter with the dance version of their video, putting their electrifying choreography on full display. SHINee has always held a reputation for their fierce dance routines. Their synchronization and boundless energy are nothing short of impeccable. What sets them apart is their ability to infuse every dance with a sense of joy, and this time, it's certainly no exception. The choreograph ingeniously incorporates backup dancers to execute a slew of entertaining moves that adds to its delightfully whimsical charm. We witnessed Junghyun's grand entrance, Onyu gracefully soaring across the set, the boys using their fellow dancers as support for impressive backward bends, and Minho upping the ante with trust falls that evolve into trust jumps. Every move is nearly perfect, and it's abundantly clear that a great deal of trust and coordination goes into the performance. The music video itself might not have been spine-chilling, but the anxiety coursing through my body with each daring move almost made my heart stop. Married to the music is a colorful, wacky, and exaggerated take on the horror concept, much like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Both are multi-layered and artistic creations that can be interpreted in various ways. So in the comments, feel free to share your own perspective, theories, and connections in the comments below. And before I wrap up this video, it seems like I wasn't the only shallow to pick up on these comparisons. This Tumblr user also delved into similar theories and unearthed even more connections to other works. I highly recommend giving it a read. I will leave the link to their analysis in the description. And as always, thank you for watching and enjoy your stay.